Thanks, Chairman. First of all, I'm a proud member of the Veterans Affairs Committee. I want to address the PACT Act for a moment. Obviously, all of us believe very strongly in ensuring that the veterans are affected by burn pits. It's a bipartisan agreement that we need to address this issue, and we need to do so urgently. The problem is I cannot support the bill in its current form, so I've offered an amendment in the nature of substitute that I wish we would bring up. Obviously, I can't offer an amendment on the floor of the House, and this absurd environment we live in, that's not a partisan statement. It's been that way for a while. But the substitute amendment is designed to address the fact that the current PACT Act has a bunch of unpaid for spending, about $285 billion worth of unpaid for spending that we could pay for with existing COVID appropriations. We could pay for with any number of different policy choices we want to make. You could do SALT deduction issues, you could do spending cuts, but we're not doing that. We're going to just appropriate another $285 billion we don't have, and then just kind of hope that we magically continue to be solvent somehow. The second part is addressing the discretionary issue. I know that Ranking Member Bost came forward and addressed that earlier. My amendment would do that in this package. The fact that we're going to take all of this and put $685 billion into a mandatory spending framework is absurd. I mean, we are now getting to the place that we should be pulling things back from mandatory spending, not adding them to it. We are endangering the very country that these veterans sacrifice for. And the purpose of this amendment is to try to address that issue. And finally, I want to address the issue of the fact that the bill has it's bypassing the existing scientific framework for determining the connection between a condition and toxic exposure and adding 20 conditions with or without scientific evidence. This will give some veterans with certain conditions VA benefits while telling other veterans they must wait for more research. It's going to cause backlog. It's going to cause issues. I've raised this and had multiple conversations in the district I represent, which has, as the committee knows, an enormous number of veterans outside of San Antonio and Austin. I think these issues are really critically important. I wish we would debate them on the floor, not have an amendment that I'm just going to discuss here and rule. It'll be set aside. We'll go to the floor. We'll have a few comments on both sides of the aisle, and it'll just get voted on as a massive $685 billion mandatory spending bill. It's extraordinary that this body is going to do that.